Hi, all. I'm Mr. Mendoza, a second grade teacher at Weber Du Bois Charter Academy. I hope that you enjoy this next reading of People in the Marketplace. Today we'll be reading about money and goods. How much and how many? That's the main title of this lesson. How much of a product and how many? Or how much does something cost? And how many will you buy with it? One thing we'll look at is producing goods, making goods or services. High and low prices, how every good always has a price. We'll look at making choices when you buy something and points of view. What should you know? Why do we make, sell, and buy more of some things than others? Why? Because resources are limited. People have to choose what to produce and what to consume. Also, when goods and services are scarce, people have to give something up to get them. Some vocabulary scarce. When a good is scarce, there isn't very much of it. Marketplace, manufacturing. Manufacturing are big companies that make a product over and over. How much and how many? Producing goods. Ira lives in the San Joaquin Valley. His family produces raisins for products such as raisin bread. To produce the raisins, the soil needs to be rich. There must be enough sun and water, and the grapevines must be healthy. Raisins start as grapes. The grapes are left to dry in the sun. Farmers who grow grapes for raisins can face problems. Without enough water, the grapes can burn up in the hot summer sun. Rain can ruin the raisins as they dry. Cold weather can freeze the grapes. If any of these events happen, raisins will be scarce. When something is scarce, there is not enough of it to meet everyone's wants. What problems do farmers face growing grapes for raisins? A few of the problems: one, drought; another one, freezing weather. If one or the other happens, not enough water, or the ice freezes them. Grapes don't grow like that. Look in here and think about it. Grapes will become scarce. We won't have enough of grapes to meet everyone's wants. So we'll have to make something else instead of that. High and low prices in the marketplace, the place where goods are sold. The price of goods can go up and down. If there are not many raisins to sell and many people want them and have the money to buy them, the price will go up. If there are many raisins to sell, or if not many people want them, the price will go down. Hopefully you understand that part of our economy. If something is not made enough, there is, like for example, pants. They're not selling enough pants, some would say. But the price of pants will go up higher. If there are too many pants and nobody really wants them, then the price will go real low. In manufacturing, the price of goods can also go up and down. Manufacturing is the making of products by machine. The price of the products depends on how many people want to buy them and whether there is a little or a lot to sell. All the prices depend on that. Sometimes goods are scarce because there are few raw materials to make them. Other times, the raw materials cost too much. Goods can also be scarce if they take a long time to make. People have to pay more money to buy things that are scarce. Why might the price of something go up? Why? Remember the vocabulary word is scarce. What about that word? Why do things go up in prices? When there's a lot of a product, people will pay less. When a product is scarce, they will pay more. Unnew The Cat in the Hat book costs $8.99. Copies of the first printing of this book are scarce. The price of this old book can be thousands of dollars. Why is it so expensive? Because there aren't very many of them. Why do we make, sell, and buy more of some things than others? Why do you think we make, sell, and buy more of some things than others? 2. What will happen to the cost of raisin bread if raisins are scarce? Think about it. There isn't enough raisins. So what's going to happen to the cost of raisin bread? Now, this next one, choose a raw material. Make a poster to show things that can be made from it. Raw materials are almost also the same as saying natural resources. But raw materials can also be made. So they're not all entirely natural resources. 4. Categorize and classify. Look around your classroom or look around your house. Make a list of all the things that are made from the same raw material. How many things in your home are made out of clothes? It's cotton. Cotton is a natural resource. It's a plant. How about sofas? Wood. It's a natural resource. How many of those do you have? Think about all that. Make a choice when buying. Why it matters. When you go shopping, you may see many goods you want to buy. Some goods cost more money than you have. You must decide what you are willing to give up to get what you want. What you need to know. A budget is a plan that shows how much money you have and how much money you spend. To buy something that costs a lot, you can save money a little at a time. You can put the money you save into a bank. A bank is a business that keeps money safe. Money in a bank earns more money. This extra money is called interest. Every bank has a different interest amount. Some banks don't even have an interest. They just hold your money. Do you think that's a very good idea to put your money where if a bank doesn't really give you any interest? Not really. But a budget, again, is a plan that shows how much money you have and how you're going to spend it. And the money that you don't spend, you can save it. Practice the skill. Imagine that you have earned $10. You want to see a movie. You also want to buy new skates. You have to make a choice about spending or saving your money. You have a choice. You can go and watch a movie for $10 or buy your skates. Can you do both? Probably not, because you might have to save a lot more money. If you see the movie, what will you give up? If you go and see the movie, what will you give up? If you decide to save for skates, what will you give up? There's always choices to make. Apply what you learned. Make it relevant. If you had $10, would you spend the money right away or save it? Now you think about this. Think about why you would save it. Points of view. The sidewalk reporter asks, how do you make sure that you spend your money wisely? Carlos, he says, I put $25 in a jar to spend each week on extras. Rick, these are both kids, of course. Rick says, I'm saving for inline skates, so I don't spend a penny of what I earn. View from the past. Lewis and Clark, bartering. From 1804 to 1806, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark explored the West. They took along goods to barter or trade with the American Indians for supplies. If Lewis and Clark needed supplies, then they would give the Indians leather hats, pants, something that they had that they can trade it with the Indians. That works for them. Mrs. Walker, I make a list of the things I want to buy to be sure they fit my budget. Mrs. Benitez, when I see something I want to buy, I wait a week to make sure I really want it. Mr. Johnson says, I use my money to pay for my bills and I save the rest. It's your turn. Do you do any of the things that these citizens do? If so, which ones? How do you make sure that you spend your money wisely? How? These are some things to think about while you write, because now it's time to write. Write about how much and how many. Write about why more of some products are made than others. Why do prices go up and down? Producing goods. Why do raisins suddenly you don't have enough raisins? Why? Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I hope that you continue watching those videos that I have.